It's always weird when we go back to handheld.
Yeah, but it's kind of freeing, right?
Yeah.
Like you have a weapon.
I like it. It does feel like a nunchuck or half of one.
Hi, welcome to Denver. We're in Denver with a walrus.
It's Wally.
Wally the walrus. Any hoozles. I'm sure you saw my props out here. Today's gonna be a little bit especial. Let me read what I wrote down. Today, we're drinking something kind of special-ish. I, Max, have a personal relationship with it in a way. And along with what I assume I have a personal thing with this, and I think there's a fun historical bunch of shit to learn about Jameson triple distilled Irish whiskey.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
I have a giant bottle of it.
Yeah, you do.
We don't have to drink a lot of it, just a glass at least.
We're not going to kill this bottle.
We could kill this bottle. We could make something work, probably. Anyways, so the personal connection.
Okay.
I had a grandpa. He died. That sucks. But he liked drinking Jameson Irish whiskey. And when I was at my brother's wedding the other week, I was at the bar with my uncle, and he ordered a ranch pour of Jameson on the rocks, which I thought was a cool sentence. I asked him what a ranch pour was. Have you heard this term?
I've not.
Okay. He said it's basically when you take your glass and you fill it up with ice, and then you take your whiskey and you fill it up to the top.
Oh, you know what? I thought that a ranch pour might be just really full.
It
and
is.
That's what it is. Yep.
Exactly what it is.
It's a lot of whiskey. Okay.
It's a fuck ton of whiskey. But I mean, it's really iced and watered down. So it's like
Yeah.
a shot and a half.
No,
But-
for sure.
But he told me that. And to verify, I Googled it. And I Googled it yesterday.
Okay.
And the internet told me that it had never heard of such a thing. And I Googled a lot of different things. I looked up what is a ranch pour and didn't get anything, just lots of definitions of a ranch, the place.
Mhm.
There was one for ranch water, but alas, no. I saw a lot of articles about how to pronounce the word ranch because apparently people say it differently, like crayon or apricot or caramel.
Ranch.
Ranch, wrench, rant. I don't know. I also looked up ranch pour definition. Quote, ranch pour definition. Ranch pour Reddit. Ranch pour bartending. Term ranch pour. Term ranch pour Reddit. Ranch pour alcohol. Ranch pour alcoholic. And there was nothing relating to a ranch pour at all. So I can only assume that my uncle has invented it. But either way, he told me that his dad, my grandpa, who died, would end most days by drinking a ranch pour of Jameson on the rocks. And so my uncle does that. And now it's like he's having a drink with his dad whenever he does.
Oh.
And personally, I think that's sweet. And factually, I got this fresh bottle of Jameson for my brother's wedding. So we're keeping it in the family. And I thought we could have a few ranch pours with my grandpa.
Hell yeah.
The dead one.
Let's drink with Gramps in Denver. I love that.
What
the
time
ranch
is it?
pour. It is 10:51 a.m.
Okay.
It's not exactly how I pictured getting my day started, but I love it.
It's enough time to take a power nap if you need.
That's true.
One ranch pour. God, my uncle will be so stoked.
You got to send him this episode.
Oh, he watches.
Is this a true ranch pour, or would a ranch pour truly be to the brim?
No, I'm sure if you wait 10 seconds, the ice will melt and it'll be up there. Either way, though. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, some info about Jameson triple distilled Irish whiskey.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Upon my next Google search of Jameson triple distilled Irish whiskey, I found myself on the Jameson website, which seemed fair. And after lying about my age on the first page, said I was 46,
Nice.
wanted the website to think I was cool and experienced. A pop quiz showed up on their website that said, what kind of whiskey is best for you? And I took it. And apparently I should try their black label because I am a true original and someone with fearless spirit and a hot 46-year-old. And after my rigorous test, I went to their website's history tab. And their cliff notes are as follows. In 1970, this guy named John Jameson started distilling whiskey in Ireland with his 4 kids, all named John. And later on, in like 18... That's true. Later on, in 1823, he died. Bummer. But apparently, the number 3 is a big motif in this company, mostly because John Jameson died on December 3rd, 1823, at the age of 83, and they distill the whiskey times 3. Fuck! What does distilling mean? It's how they separate alcohols from the whiskey shit. And back in the day, John became well established because his whiskey had a motto of live a bit more and fear a bit less, which also works for roller coasters. And, like any cool historical person, aside from him stuffing animals in his vagina, he also dabbled in trying to get out of paying taxes. And back yonder, distillers would pay taxes on their malts and spirits so that people would try to use less malt. And old Johnny Boy eventually figured out how to make whiskey without malt entirely. And lo and behold, the people spoke, and they spoke kindly of it. They started to prefer it. They preferred it so hard that other malt Scotch whiskies couldn't sell their whiskey in Dublin. And before John died, he was alive and ran shit in Dublin. And after he died, he was not alive. So his son, John, not John or John or John or John, but John began running shit. And then the other John ran shit for a while. Basically, all the Johns got a turn. Later on, there was that whole World War I thing. And there was a gnarly flu virus that also fucked up Jameson's whole thing they had going on. And the war also caused a corn shortage, and so Jameson was closed from 1917 to 1918. Then, in 1919, everything was chill again. But then it wasn't, because Prohibition. So, bootlegging got popular. And apparently, some fucks were cutting the whiskey with water. So for like a while, they had to put a stamp on their bottles saying, sorry about that. And over time, from what I have gathered from skimming the last part of their history tab on the Jameson website, because my legs were sore, I was sitting in a wooden chair, but it seems like back in the day, the company was kind of shady due to reasons. And then, over time, it's just gotten more and more legit. Every year, they do one more thing legal. And I don't know why a company would lie about anything, so I believe them. And that's kind of a basic brief look at Jameson's history. If you want more, read their history tab on their website. It's probably all true. And now some funny whiskey quotes that I read. Too much of anything is bad, but too much whiskey is barely enough. That's by Mark Twain. A beverage of leisure is a serious business. That's by a guy named Han Bowermaster. Making good whiskey is like making a Mormon family. You gotta let it soak. I said that.
Nice.
A good poem or poet is like a good cigar or a good whiskey. Everyone has their own preferences. That's from a guy named R.M. Engelhart. Great system. The poison and the antidote come in the same bottle. That's from Lawrence Block. Much like a shipwreck, it gets interesting when it's a little watered down from being on the rocks. Another one from Max Knudsen. There's no bad whiskey. There are only some whiskeys that aren't as good as others. That's by Raymond Chandler. I should never have switched from scotch to martinis. Humphrey Bogart's reported last words. Drinking whiskey is like driving. Doesn't matter if you're by yourself or with friends or a stranger or a baby. No matter what, something's getting hit. Max Knudsen. Happiness is having a rare steak and a bottle of whiskey and a dog to eat the rare steak. Johnny Carson.
Nice.
Unlike this country, this glass needs more ice. Max Knudsen. Whiskey is by far the most popular of all remedies that won't cure a cold. Jerry Vale. Honestly, I think I could tame and ride an emu. Max Knudsen after 2 ranch pours. Courage is a vitamin best swallowed with whiskey. Jared Kintz. There's an emu farm not too far from here. Don't be a pussy. Max Knudsen after 3.5 ranch pours. What whiskey will not cure, there is no cure. That is an Irish proverb. Just hold the damn flashlight. I think I could fit him in the car if he'd stop kicking me. Max Knudsen after 5 ranch pours, 2 pukes, some toast, a PBR, and an Uber to the emu farm that actually wasn't that far. Never cry over spilled milk. It could have been whiskey. Maverick. The emu. Go, go, go! Max to the Uber driver as they leave the emu farm. When asked for his hangover cure, I take the juice of 2 bottles of whiskey. Dean Martin. No. It usually never happens. You're just really pretty. Max to the emu. Post coitus after 3 or 4 more ranch pours. The emu. Reports from a local emu farmer say that because of the recent theft of his prized 17-year-old emu, his ranch would have to shut down. Local news correspondent. Went from ranch poor to poor ranch. Wait, what? You said you were 25. Max to the emu. Post coitus. 1 more ranch pour. I like whiskey. I always did. And that's why I never drink it. It's by Robert E. Lee. I can't believe you lied to me. I can't do this. Max before his last ranch pour ever. Emu. Loud. The gun. Max looks like the emu guy went from ranch poor to poor ranch. Samson after walking in and seeing the TV station. Holy shit, is that an emu? How old are you? Samson after noticing the emu. Well, I wish some of you would tell me the brand of whiskey that Grant drinks. I would like to send a barrel of it to my other generals. Abraham Lincoln. So,
Wow.
Yeah, that's whiskey.
Those quotes were great.
Yeah, they're all real.
Yep.
Every single one.
Definitely.
Any questions? Or did I answer everything perfectly?
I would say you got everything perfectly.
Me too. How do you like whiskey?
I like whiskey.
How? How do you like the whiskey?
I do like the whiskey.
How do you like to... If I wasn't here and all this stuff was, and you were going to drink whiskey, how would you like to drink it?
Like this.
Okay. Like
this is also how my grandpa drinks whiskey.
Okay. You like drinking it straight?
I like on the rocks.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my grandpa at his bar always orders 1 Modelo and 1 Pendleton on the rocks to the brim to sip on.
That's smart. That's classy.
Mm-hmm. But it's not usually like this big of a glass. It's usually like the bigger shot glasses from the dive bar, you know? So but yeah, he sips on those all day long.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
But he's a Pendleton man. He likes Canadian whiskey.
Hey, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Irish whiskey's great too.
I prefer Scotch, if I'm being totally frank, but this is more of a gesture.
Mm-hmm.
This is a gesture.
Yes,
this is Jameson.
That is true.
So yeah, there's probably more about Jameson than I didn't get, but I mostly wanted to do the quote thing.
I think the quote thing was fun.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good way to tell a fun story. In between quotes.
Yeah. I
Read
mean,
between the
go on
lines.
Jameson. They have a whole thing. Read that. I don't know.
Boaster.
Huh? Oh, fake coaster?
Phone coaster.
Phone coaster. Oh, I thought it was like a
Boaster.
FAU. Phone coaster.
PH.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, that too. Phony phone.
Funny phone. Tony Tone.
Yeah. Anyways, how's Denver?
I like Denver. I think it's a nice city. I keep, last night, I was really drunk coming home, and I feel like the city spun around.
Could have.
Like, I feel like from our house, the whole city just turned.
Like full 180? Just pop shove it?
Mm-hmm. Because I thought we were that way, and I came from that way, and I don't know what happened. But
maybe you went like around the whole earth.
You know what?
To like loop back around to where you were at, where you were trying to get to.
That's probably exactly what happened, honestly, because I was on that Lime bike for a long time. Have you ever tried digging to China?
Digging to China?
Yeah. If you dig a hole through the earth to the other side.
I'm sure there were like beach days where I thought about it and dug like down to my shoulder, and I was like, "Fuck this!" I'm pretty much there.
Mm-hmm.
But not that I can instantly recall.
Yeah, because it's impossible.
even through Christ.
especially through Christ.
Well, then, yeah, especially no.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Christ would make it a little bit easier.
No, because you're going to China.
Yeah.
Christ hates China.
According to what?
According to all the Christ people.
No. Jesus was Korean.
That's true. And Koreans hate the Chinese.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, then where can you dig to?
You can dig to like the water line,
Like,
where the water is under the soil.
okay.
And then you can like take a left and end up in Albuquerque.
So no matter where you are, if you dig down to the water and then go left, you'll be in Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm. That's how I get to Albuquerque twice a year. It's just a pain in the ass because you can't dig back. You gotta fly.
You can't dig back. You can't go through the tunnel you already dug.
No. It doesn't work like that.
It's because the water flows out one way or something.
Yeah, so like the water will actually like you hit the water line, you take the left, the water helps you bust through. You pop out in Albuquerque on a tube, and then the water sweeps the tunnel down and it collapses and you're stuck in Albuquerque. And then you have to buy a plane ticket, which from Albuquerque, they're not too bad. Like $130 one way, probably.
So everyone who lives in Albuquerque is just someone that couldn't afford a plane ticket out of there?
Essentially, yeah. That's everybody in New Mexico.
So do people want to be in New Mexico?
No, have you been there? It's terrible. Terrible place.
Good elk hunting.
That's true. They also have
wild
fun
horses.
ski resorts.
Ski resorts. They also have Albuquerque,
That's true.
Which-
They have Albuquerque.
which was voted the best town of all time
That
in the universe.
That's not true. Is it?
Yeah,
Where? What publication?
all of them.
Oh.
It's more like fucking which publications didn't say that Albuquerque. That's the harder thing to find.
Should our next tour be to Albuquerque?
No, I can't go to Albuquerque.
Why not?
I can't because of the they really frown upon emu love there,
Oh, yep.
and
That's a problem.
they have a lot of wildlife there, but they like wildlife. I love wildlife
I get it.
too much, and Albuquerque's not down.
That's true.
'Cause I'm not going there if my emu can't come.
I get
We're
that.
running from the law.
What do you think of Denver?
It feels a lot like Boise to me.
It does feel a lot like Boise.
Yeah,
Feels like
streets
fake
are
Boise.
laid out similar to Boise. The neighborhoods are very similar. I think this walrus is cool. This walrus is in Denver, so that's a plus.
Huge plus. He's also on wheels.
Yeah, wheels are dope.
Wheels are dope.
What have we done while we've been here? We went to Salt Lake for 3 days. That was fun.
We were in
And
Salt Lake
then-
for 3 days, and we did a Don't Tell comedy show in Park City.
That we did.
And that we can now tell people about because it's after the show.
Do they do anything if you tell people about the show?
Not really, no. You're just not supposed to like broadcast the location that it's at, but like you can post a link to it and stuff.
It's like at open mics when a host will say like, don't use your phone or else the comics will like make fun of you. I've seen a lot of phones go off. I've never seen a single comic acknowledge a phone going off ever. We're all pussies.
It's
Like
true.
no one's gonna, we need the audience there more than they need us up there. So we let
That's
them
true.
get away with a lot.
That's
And
very true. I haven't shared about it, I guess. I'm always on the don't telling side.
Mhm. And how does that feel?
It hurts,
It
you know?
hurts.
I'd like to share things with the world, but
What?
I think the world just isn't quite ready for me to share what I'm ready to share yet.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because it's like bad or too good.
It's revolutionary.
Oh really?
Yeah. Start a coup d'etat like that, you know?
Mm.
Just everywhere, all the time. Everyone would be coup d'etat-ing.
Sure.
And, you know, that's not good for the global economy. And we're trying to get this podcast sponsored, so
because of stupid prudenta. Fair enough. Well then, What can you say?
I can say this. Denver has a very fun comedy scene so far. I feel like going from Boise to Salt Lake to Denver, we just went from Boise to a little bit bigger Boise to a little bit bigger than that Boise. Like all three of these cities have very similar
Prepubescent, pubescent, post-pubescent Boise.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. They just have like very like the similar like Western vibe, you know, and like Denver and Salt Lake just happen to do a little bit better job, I feel like, of preserving their history. And there's more dinosaur shit here. That's the other thing. There is so much. This strip, like from Denver to Salt Lake, has to be like dino capital of the world. Like the amount of dinosaur museums and like bones, and we saw fucking dinosaur footprints, dude. We saw actual footprints from a dinosaur, maybe. I'm still not convinced they were real. I still think maybe some fucking Visit Utah guy at some point went and faked a bunch of dinosaur prints. But
they are like very print looking.
Yeah, it looks like someone like cast concrete and just like stamped one of those. Like, do you remember those snow boots that you could get, or the snowshoes you could get as a kid that would leave like dinosaur tracks in the snow? I had a pair of those. They look just like that. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, how, you know, what are the odds that a slab breaks off the top of a cliff and drops and falls perfectly so that fucking a bunch of dinosaur footprints, and it just looked like concrete too. That was the other thing. It looked like concrete. It didn't look like natural sandstone. And I'm skeptical now, to be honest, of all dinosaurs.
I also think, I mean, maybe this is just me, to where I just am like perma bored all the time. But like, I'll be if those footprints were underwhelming as shit.
I think the first set
it's
was
like the Plymouth Rock.
Yeah.
Where you're like, they got dinosaur footprints, and then it's like a little 3-pronged thing on a rock. I guess.
I feel like the first set was like, whoa. You know, like the first two on that one slab were like, wow, those are dinosaur prints. But then, yeah, you go and look at the other ones. I was more intrigued by the like native writings and drawings on the walls. I thought that was way cooler, honestly. And like how that's just like everywhere is like crazy to me.
It's like, I don't know if I'm just cynical and think that shit that I've seen on Google 1,000 times like isn't interesting, whether I see it on the internet or in person because I've already seen it, or if like at the end of the day it is just some fucking painting on a rock or a little, like, it makes sense why stuff is there.
You are cynical.
Yeah, I guess. But it's also, I mean, if I had the same opinion of dinosaurs as I did of Plymouth Rock, which I do, people would be like, yeah, totally, it's a fucking rock. It's boring. But because it's a dinosaur, it's like, no, you gotta appreciate it because it's an animal or whatever. And it's like, it's a little fucking footprint. And I wouldn't even care if I was on the moon and saw the people footprint that's been there for 1 billion years. It's because it's a
Well, the people footprint hasn't been there for 1 billion years. It's been there since 1969. The dinosaur footprint has been there for 10.5 million years, which is pretty crazy.
It's not, though.
It is,
That's
though.
where stuff walked. And
I don't know. I maybe
it's
I
just
think
not surprising.
I think it's just like different interests and
It's
stuff.
oh, definitely.
For sure.
It's I could give two shits about dinosaurs. Well, I think they're neat, but also like, yeah, I've seen movies and I've looked them up. They're big lizards, and that's cool. But
yeah, I have like a certain thing about like seeing stuff in person. I feel like where it's like gives it that additional.
Oh, I don't.
I don't know. It's stuff when I see stuff on the TV and on the internet. It doesn't feel like I'm actually seeing it.
Oh, I'm like seeing it on the internet. I'm like, all right, I get it. I think I got it all figured
so you
out.
could like go on maps on like Google Maps and go Street View to like every like.
Mount Hood was like that to me.
Yeah.
Where like I'd seen all the traveling circus and I pretty much just knew my way around. And then we got there and I was like, cool. Now I don't need to act all, wow, look at that. Now I can go shred. I think it's more of an efficiency thing, is I want to look it up online so that I can get through the thing.
Okay.
I like working hard to do nothing.
You just hate new experiences.
No. But I like being done with new experiences.
You don't like being mesmerized.
I like, yeah, but it's just been a while since I've seen something that's mesmerized me, and I don't know if it's because I try to not be, or if it's because I'm just, I don't know.
It sounds a little bit like you're preventing yourself from being mesmerized by things because you're like always prepping yourself to go into them and be like, oh, that's not that cool, so I can just ignore it and walk straight through it.
Yeah, but I don't think I ignore a thing. I think it's just I see it and I go, huh. Cool. But it's like nothing really makes me go, holy shit. The last time I remember getting that fucking jazzed was probably to like see a musical or getting my first Banshee bungee.
Okay.
Were the last two times I remember true joy. Getting a Banshee bungee, first double flip, first Banshee bungee, and first Broadway show.
All right, so we got to
Everything
go
else-
hit a trampoline and hit a double flip to get you jazzed up.
Everything else can't touch that. You could show me all the dinosaur footprints you want. It's not going to touch Legally Blonde. Coup d'etat.
No, you're right. I mean, the entertainment value is just not there with the dinosaur prints.
I think it's just like they've been there. I know they're not going anywhere. And so I'm like, what's the there's no, unless I have to like rush to it, there's like a time restraint or something. I'm just, 'Cause I'm like, it's there. Other people have seen it. They can have the experience for me. I'm happy that they all got to nerd out about the dinosaur prints, and that's good enough for me. I'm like Jesus. I let everyone else. I take the boredom for everyone else, so everyone else can be excited.
I feel like Jesus had a lot more infectious positive energy.
I said I'm like Jesus. I didn't say I was. I'm just saying there's similarities. I don't want to be totally like Jesus.
No one should. That'll get you crucified.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Okay, well,
I just haven't found the spark of life in my heart in a decade.
we got to get this man a Banshee bungee and a double flip stat.
Yeah.
Okay. Really, even when we were like driving up over the hills, like on the way here,
I like looking at it.
that was really pretty and mesmerizing. Like, I saw you cranking your neck a couple times to look at some rocks.
Sure. Yeah, I like looking. I'll look for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. I go, huh, yeah, cool, rock. I think it's just, it makes sense to me how nature stuff could happen, like a cave or a cool wind-formed rock. I'm just like, huh, cool, makes sense. Next thing,
Yeah.
if there's something that really confuses me, then I'll stare at it for a while. I'm like, where did this fucking go? Like, honestly, probably art piece, like paintings do that to me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, how did you, what does this mean to you? But like a rock that looks like this or whatever, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Time does shit to rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
makes
you don't want to
sense.
like look at it longer and like see all the intricacies of time and like maybe like where some other stuff happened and
To see that it's
like kind of
still
think
a
about
rock.
it. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
or like explore like further out, you know, from like the beaten path and like see a little bit more area than.
I mean, I like doing that for the sake of, I like walking and moving around. I
Yeah.
think that's good. It's nice being in the fresh air. But yeah, it's just been a long time since something that wasn't a movie or a porn made me go, wow.
Which
How did-
porns and movies are making you go wow right now?
Well, let's see. Movies, it's always Singing in the Rain. Porn, Singing in the Rain. Is porn because the people that made it decided it's porn, or is it porn because I decided to jerk off to it?
That's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's maybe one of time's oldest questions, actually.
Oh, in that case, I don't care.
You just hate history?
No, I don't hate history. I just think it's boring. That does not mean I hate it. I like boring things. Like reading. Reading is boring.
I disagree.
Look at the action of reading. If you read about what reading is, you'd be like, this is boring.
Yeah, but if
I
you're
like
reading
it.
an exciting book that's fun and has your imagination flowing, it's not boring.
Well, yeah, the book is exciting, but the act of
The
reading
action
is
of reading
boring.
is boring. I get that. Like, if you're not going to watch somebody read.
Watching TV is boring.
Yeah.
Digging a hole is boring.
Yeah.
But then you find gold.
That's
but then
not
you
boring.
watch Singing in the Rain.
That's boring.
Then first, no. It's the best movie of all time.
Well, if you're saying the action of watching TV is boring, then the action of watching a movie is boring too.
Yeah, I know that. That's what?
What?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Singing in the Rain thing was a silly little ha-ha, but like, did you think I didn't know the difference between a movie and a TV show?
Well, no, I said watching Singing in the Rain is boring, and you said no.
Well,
Singing in
that's
the
'cause
Rain
it's
is not boring, and I'm like, I know, but watching, you said the action is boring, so therefore, watching Singing in the Rain is boring.
Yeah, watching it, but Singing in the Rain is not boring.
No, I didn't say that. Just like how you didn't say that book is boring, you said reading is boring.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're on the same page.
I think so.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Sure, man.
I may not agree with it, but I'm doing it. I'm picking it up.
You're picking it up. Sure, yeah.
I'm picking it up.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing with it once you pick it up, but
That's my choice, you know?
that's your choice.
Yeah,
what you do with
Yeah,
it.
what I do, once I pick something up, that's up to me what I do
What
with
are you
it.
gonna do with it?
I might eat it. I might
Yeah,
put it up my butt.
it's like with what you've got right now picked up. What are you thinking you're gonna do?
I think I'll just keep the podcast going and have a good time and keep drinking this ranch pour whiskey because it's got me feeling warm in my belly.
It is something like that. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how whiskey makes your belly feel warm?
See, this is another. I'm like, no, it's not crazy because I get it. It's a warm. It's alcohol. It does.
Okay,
this
I
is
gotta
not me
stop saying is things crazy
Yeah,
because
well,
clearly,
yeah.
like that's just not a good explanation.
I'm not trying to.
Isn't it? Is it? Do you find
friction.
it
I'm just
interesting at all that it makes your belly warm and other alcohols don't?
no, because other alcohols do.
They don't do the same for like whiskey hits me differently than other alcohols.
Okay.
Like when I drink whiskey, I can feel just like a warm ball in my tummy that like spreads throughout the rest of my body, and I do not feel that from other alcohols at all. Vodka makes me cold.
Oh.
And rum makes me sick, and gin makes me a cunt.
Hmm.
But whiskey makes me warm.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, I wish I could. I think I just have an attitude to everything as I do with like alcohol, where it's like it gets me drunk, and that's kind of it. I like that, and I just don't have the like this one does this one does that. And I'm like, that's awesome. I would love that, but I just don't have that. I'm
Maybe
jealous.
it's because I'm an alcoholic and it's like historically in my bloodline, and so like I have a different. I'm like an alcohol bender. I like understand the drunk behind each alcohol.
Oh, wouldn't alcohol just mean you just? I guess. Well, no, I guess there's different kinds. Because I feel like there is the kind that's like, no, depending on, I have an alcohol for every kind of feeling I want. Like in the morning, and I want to feel jazzed, I drink this because I want to have some bite and go. But then at the end of the day, I want this to wind me down or whatever. But then there's the other alcoholic that's just like, I don't care what it is, as long as I get it fucking in me now because I need to punch something.
Totally.
And if I don't have it, you know, or what?
Well, and I think like that's like one thing I've been trying to like think about lately is I've been like when I take alcohol or drugs
Intravenously.
Sure. Anyway, whatever it is, whatever substance I'm using, I've been trying to like more actively think about like what am I feeling in my body as it like starts to affect me, and like what are the differences that I feel while I'm on it versus when I'm sober, and like really trying to, you know, get a good understanding of like how my brain and body reacts to these substances in a like a more like from like the as soon as you take them and as they start to like interact and as they like overtake your body. And it's just like everything hits in such a different way where I don't know, I think I would love to like fucking hook up a bunch of sensors to every like part of my body and like take a bunch of different drugs and then like be able to like see exactly like where each drug like affects me on the cellular level.
I see. Do the voices change in your head when you have a drink versus when you don't?
Yeah.
What do they turn into?
Yeah, so normally like the voices in my head are like my voice telling me like to stop doing it, like just telling me like what to do or whatever, or like constantly thinking about like
When you're not drinking.
certain things. Yeah, when I'm not drinking, like constantly running in my head are like different situations and scenarios and like past decisions, future decisions, constantly just fucking boom, 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 boom. And I can't like really ever fucking focus on one because it's just so rapid fire. But then like once I like, now I'm about halfway through this ranch, or I feel like maybe a little less. And I am like just a lot more able to focus on my pure train of thought and consciousness in one focused area. There are no voices. There are no voices. The voices
right now, the
quieted.
voices are.
They're gone right now.
So this is just true you
This
right
is
now.
just true me. I'm just responding to whatever you ask me. I have nothing.
All right, sunset.
Beautiful. I love a good sunset. It's like one of my favorite things in the world, honestly. And I don't watch enough of them. I wish I could get outside more and just watch the sunset every night wherever I'm at. And I wish I could see the sunset from every single location on planet Earth to like compare them all and like see like where how mountains affect it differently and stuff like that. I love a good sunset.
Sunrise.
Sunrises, they get me horny.
Yeah, fuck sunrise.
They get me really horny. I think that's where the morning wood comes from for every man, is from the sunrise. I think as the sun rises, so do you, you know? And
Yeah, heavy.
right?
The
And
subject matter not pure, but that thought was. We're
and
talking about erections, and that's dirty and gross and not Catholic, and I'm not down with that. But
you experience them, and everybody does as the sun rises.
rise with the sun. Yeah.
That's right. Rise with the sun and shove it down into your bed.
In the West.
You know that feeling when you like wake up and you have wood in the morning and like you turn over onto your stomach and you like into your bed.
You just like half fuck the mattress a
Yeah,
little
of
bit, and then
course,
sometimes your
everybody-
dick does that pop thing, and you're like, "There's not even a knuckle down there. What's happening?"
Like, oh my god, what was that? Am I bleeding?
And you're like, "Is that a vein that moved weird?"
Am I bleeding now? Oh god.
A genuine question, if any. What is the? So your dick, it's like not fully hard, but like pretty. It's like 80%, and then you push it into the and it
And
pops.
It pops
What is that?
hard. And it sounds scary.
Maybe that'll be what the next episode. We're gonna look up dick popping, and there's gonna be a lot of things that are not what I'm looking for that pop
those,
up.
You've seen those videos of that. Oh my god, Dennis Rodman talking about the 3 times he broke his dick.
Yes, I hate it. It makes me want to puke every time I hear that. Like,
and then Superman.
I don't know, and I hate that I've heard that story like more than 5 times.
I've heard it like 40 fucking times, dude. I swear to God. In college, there was like a good like 3-month period where every fucking room I walked into, that video was playing. I would just have to watch it every goddamn time. Also, I just realized I'm wearing gym shorts, but my robe is like a little shorter than your robe, I feel like. I feel like my robe's a lady robe.
I think it doesn't. I mean, they're all gonna seem probably shorter on me.
Well,
And
like this one would be like a mini skirt on you, is what I'm saying. Because it's like
maybe.
it pulls up. I feel like this one's made for thinner people.
Yeah, it could be, dude.
But it's a Milagro tequila
Yeah.
branded.
What does that
drinking
alcohol
whiskey.
make you feel like?
Tequila makes me feel fucking feisty.
But not like gin?
Tequila makes me want to like fucking dance and like, you know, just like run and like.
It seems like the Molly of alcohols.
It's the only alcohol that's not a downer. Actually, it's actually an upper.
I want to fuck, dance, and fight.
Tequila makes her clothes fall off.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But anyways, tequila is fucking. It is an upper. Actually, I don't know if you knew that. That's a true alcohol fact for you. True alcohol
Give me a
fact.
false alcohol fact.
Tequila's an upper. A false alcohol fact would be that whiskey makes you grow hair on your chest.
Hmm. I mean,
See, look at all my hair that I just grew.
because of the whiskey.
I just grew that just now because of the whiskey. Look at that. Look how long those nipples hair grows because of the whiskey.
Gross. You fuck with cigars?
Not really.
Okay.
I will smoke a cigar, but I don't know. I like to inhale things that I smoke, and you're not supposed to do that with cigars.
No.
And I'm bad at it. So
You're bad at not inhaling?
Yeah, I get tummy aches. Like when I opened, so Dusty Slay is a big cigar guy. He doesn't drink. He smokes cigars. So he was like, after I opened for him, he was like, let's go smoke some cigars somewhere. Do you have like a cigar club? And I'm like, dude, this is Boise. We don't have a. There's one in Eagle, but there's one in Eagle, but it was closed. So we went to Pingilly's and smoked cigars in the back area there, and I got like halfway through my cigar, and then my tummy started to hurt, and I started to get sick. And Dusty was like, "Are you gonna finish that?" And I was like, "No." And so he's like, "Can I?" And I was like, "Here." And it felt like a very like father-son moment.
Cigars seem like one of those things that you got to find the thing that you like about it, and it's honestly, it's like musicals. Everyone I know who didn't like musicals, they found that one that they did like, and then they found the thing like they liked the musical, and then they were able to like appreciate it further from that. Like they're like, oh, musicals are gay or whatever, and then they watch Hamilton. They're like, oh shit, it's rap.
Yeah.
And then they watch like, oh, that dancing's kind of cool. Then they're full-fledged musical nerds after that. Much like a cigar, where I think everyone has different things, and I guess whiskey too. Everyone has things that they like about it and things that they don't like. Like, it's like some people might like the tobacco. Maybe Dusty likes the little bit of a nicotine something that you get from it because he's a sober Sally or whatever, and that's chill. And I like cigars because it's like a commitment to relaxing. Like especially like a bigger one, like you light it and you know the next hour and a half to two, like you have to just sit there and do that.
Yeah.
And that's cool, I think, and some people don't like that. And but because that was the thing that I liked, is how I got more into, oh, this is like a thing you like in tasting it. This makes it a little bit better while you're sitting on your ass for 2 hours. And there's like little things that you notice that make this first small interest snowball and snowball and snowball until you're able to fangirl out about it.
Have you been smoking a lot of cigars lately?
No, I smoked with my dad the other day for the first time, though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we talked about him a bunch the next day. So nice. I also read a bunch about whiskey, and you can't read about whiskey without reading about cigars a few times during that.
That's fucking facts. I feel like cigars are just something I need to find the right cigar that tastes good. You know, I feel like it's a lot like whiskey in that sense, right? Like where it's like 100%. You just gotta find one that matches your taste.
There's
no
bad cigar. There's just cigars that are better than others.
But I've also, and maybe I should start smoking cigars so that I can train myself to like sit down for 2 hours and fucking not do anything, because
it's hard to do. I
have always had a problem with that. Just like sitting and chilling.
Just sit and shut up.
Yeah. I've had an issue with that for a long time, basically my whole life. But that's why I hate acid. Because acid lasts too long. Like I don't want to be high that long.
You don't want to be like hallucinating for 8 hours.
Try 14 sometimes. You know, like I don't want to be hallucinating for fucking 3 hours. Like I want to smoke or like hit something and get like a crazy, like that's why I love DMT, because you do a DMT and for 20 minutes you're seeing fucking God, and then it's over and you're done and you're good, and like there's no real residual effects or anything other than like, wow, that was a profound experience. But like,
you done DMT?
Yeah, a lot actually.
A lot?
Yeah.
Is that good?
I don't know if it's good. Where
do you get it?
I would just say a lot for like the average person. I don't do it like all the time, but I've done it like over 10 times.
How do you come into fucking just being around it?
When you are in the drug and party scene and like going out to parties a lot and like with people who have hard drugs regularly and like are doing coke and molly regularly, like usually you will run into someone who regularly has DMT on them. And
That seems like a different group of people, though.
It's
cocaine
really,
and DMT. Like,
no, it's really not. Like DMT is like honestly like at the top of the rave scene and like EDM scene. Like you have like these fucking psychedelic shaman types that just fucking are into all the psychedelics. And there's always, I swear to God, at every fucking party I've been to, there's one guy who has a DMT pin.
oh, the pens, I guess, are getting
And the pins have gotten insanely popular. But the first time I did it was true like blast off in a pipe. And it was just like at a dealer's house in college. And like the fairies and like gnome people shit is like very true. Like it definitely, and in like like I would say like the guy who invented the kaleidoscope like definitely did DMT before he invented that thing, because that shit.
I think anyone who invented anything that we still use probably did a lot of DMT.
Honestly,
Our phones.
dude, for sure. Steve was doing tons of DMT.
Yeah. All right. I never put Coke and DMT, and I feel like those would be in different buildings at different times. I can't imagine both of those being done at the same roof and under the same roof, and both of those people getting along for the rest of the night. Sounds like one would be annoying, and the other would, be in another universe.
Yeah, no, those two people are the same people. Like the guy doing coke all night is also the guy doing DMT at the end of the night. Like, like drugs are drugs, and people who like drugs usually tend to like most drugs. And like we run into a lot of like people I feel like that are like, oh, I only do this or this or this, but it's like, I mean, if you're in that like heavy EDM party scene, like you will find every type of drug. And that's the other thing too that's crazy is like when I was partying a lot and like doing a lot of hard drugs, like I never once got fentanyl or anything like that. And like maybe it's because I stopped like right when that was kind of starting to happen, like getting cut into stuff. But yeah, it would be like we'd do coke all night long, and then at the end of the night, you'd fucking take a huge rip off the DMT pen and lay on the couch and just fucking.
Is that like the new Coke wank or whatever? Is just go talk to Jesus for a minute and then come back and pass out?
There's still people that do coke wanks,
So you gotta
and
do
like
both.
I'll still you could do both. It just
There's
it
no
depends
way.
on the vibe for your night.
You're not gonna meet God and then immediately think I'm gonna go jerk off for 6 hours.
so
now."
wrong.
But like that's such a then you definitely didn't meet God then, because if
No.
anyone's not down with you jerking off for 6 hours, it's God.
That's not true, dude, because God wants you to love yourself, and what's more loving yourself than jerking off for 6 hours?
And rubbing a callus into your dick for 6
What's
hours.
wrong with that? If God is truly all forgiving and loves all for all their sins, then he doesn't give a fuck when you're jerking it or how long you're jerking it for, because he's God and he's an all-loving, all-forgiving thing. Unless that's not what God is. And like that's the other thing is what DMT teaches you is like that's not what God is. Like, it's just like everything is
I don't think it teaches you that you just meet God and he's all forgiving, so you do whatever you want and be like, my bad, and he's like, you're good, and then you jerk off for 6 more hours.
You see like the energies of the world, and like you have different retrospective thoughts.
If you met God, you're like, how fucked up are you to where you meet Jesus?
When
When you meet God, and your first thing an hour after is I gotta jerk off now. Like you're not gonna write it down. You're not gonna like.
I feel like when people say they meet God,
you're horny.
They're not actually talking about meeting God. They're talking about
a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
And
I
your
don't
immediate thing.
I'm not saying like the every time, but like if you have a spiritual journey and then fucking a couple hours later you're at home and you're maybe fucked up still because you were drinking before your spiritual journey, because that's what happens to a lot of people that do DMT is they've been drinking all fucking night, and then someone hands them a DMT pen and they take it and they fucking go out on the couch, see a bunch of fucking fairies and gnomes flying around them, and like fucking just go through some weird like introspective revelation about their own fucking behavior, and then they go home and drink some more, and maybe they jerk off at the end of the night, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with jerking off at the end of the night, but like, I think it's just depending on the time frame from after your spiritual journey to when you grab your dick to jerk off. I feel like the quicker that is, the more that says something about you.
I think that's true. I think if you're probably if you're like getting out of the DMT trip and you're on a couch in somebody's apartment, and you're immediately like grabbing your hog to crank it. Like, I mean,
think about anything that's like maybe not spiritual. Like, you know, you're okay. A cop shows up, knocks on your door, and is like, "Hey, there's a missing kid, or there's a missing somebody in the neighborhood." That's something traumatic for you to have to deal with for like the next hour while you're answering questions, and then your immediate thought, "I gotta jerk off now."
But I mean,
I'm
like,
saying
no,
like after an intense thing, like if you're like, I gotta.
That's a different type of intensity, though.
Yeah, but it's an intensity, is what I'm saying. You're going through. It's just funny to think about somebody going through something where it's emotionally taxing, and the immediate thing is like, born.
Well, like, I guess like what it just says about that person, like, what makes them feel non-emotionally taxed, you know? And like, if someone's like fucking happy place is watching porn and jerking off, then like that's what they're gonna go do.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, that's just an addiction, though.
Yeah.
And I do think that's different because, you know,
but it's the same thing as if someone like goes through a traumatic experience and they're like, "Fuck, I need to smoke a bowl."
Sure, still an addiction.
Yeah,
but it's like if you didn't have any of that, and you go through it, and you're just, it's just funny to think like this event is over. What's the next thing I do? Oh, jerk. Like, that's hilarious for like anything serious to happen. And then,
well, how do you get to sleep at night?
Jerk off. But most days aren't that serious. Like, nothing needs to be, unless somebody died, nothing needs to be.
You've never jerked off on a day that somebody died. Because I'll tell you what, right now,
it's sad.
People die every day.
You're right. Then I guess I have jerked off when someone died. But like, yeah, I don't know. I can't. Maybe it's just I can't. My dick doesn't work if I'm sad like that. It doesn't.
Interesting.
Especially if I'm by myself, just self-aiding. No, I can't. I can't hype myself up. Especially after an incident or something.
Yeah, I get that.
But I do see how some people can, and I do think that's hilarious. If your best friend gets hit by a car or something and is barely maimed, and you go home just terrified if your friend's gonna live through the evening, and then you get home and you're like, "Oh, I gotta go to bed." That's so funny. Like, it's fucked up, but that's hilarious. Where you're like, funny. Damn, my best friend is really going through like the worst thing they're ever gonna go through, and I'm just like, still got to go to sleep, you know. He would want the best for me.
This is how I get the evil out.
It's so selfish. Like, he would want this for me. He'd want me to go to sleep. As soundly as I could. He knows the circumstance he's putting me under. He wants me to take any means necessary to get maybe an hour of sleep tonight. I'm jerking off.
Exactly.
Man, aren't people crazy?
The people are hilarious.
Yeah, I think the only thing I can confidently really say is I know that I don't know anything. And that's the one thing I really know. And brains are weird. Maybe you watched this and thought we're the most brain dead morons, and then right after this, you're going to go jerk off. And you know what you're going to do right before you come? You're going to be a brain dead moron. Probably a little bit after, too. Because that's what happens to me, and apparently I'm not that different from other people. Man, these ranch pours.